Today, it is day 1. It's the first time that the whole crew and all the extras and everyone is seeing this set, so it's pretty exciting.
I'm sure every actor in this franchise looks forward to shooting their death scene. Anytime I've told somebody this is what I'm working on, how do you die is all they want to know.
You know, obviously every Final Destination film has to open with a giant scene like this. As soon as you see the Skyview Tower, you're like, okay, people will be falling to their deaths.
The Skyview is hundreds of feet up in the air, and it's 1969, so you walk in, it's mid-century modern, it's beautiful, it's the 5-star restaurant of the time, and it's opening night.
And even more impressive, the entire project was completed 5 months ahead of schedule.
Woohoo, right? Wrong.
Coming up with the death sequences for a Final Destination movie is actually really hard because it needs to be both accessible and readily identifiable, a place that you or I have always found ourselves in. And then we have to imbue that location with a terrible, malevolent threat. And that's both the fun of the franchise, but it's difficult.
You can tell they put so much time into planning every little piece of it that it's kind of like walking into a play that's already been choreographed for you.
One of the great pleasures of making this film was working with Rachel, our production designer.
Rachel O'Toole did an amazing job creating the Skyview set.
She really brought an incredible eye of design, but also a love of the franchise. One of the key ideas that we all fell in love with was this idea that circles kill. The Skyview itself is round. The dance floor is round. Iris's pupil, her iris, is round.
The penny that kills them all?
You can just see almost every scene, that motif is created as a way of showing that death is coming for you.
The 60s stuff was tons of fun to do. And then you're figuring out how you're gonna do all the stunts, what's gonna be required and how that's all gonna come together. And we had 10 dresses, 5 for her and 5 for her stunt double, that then also had different stages of breakdown that kind of go from a first set to a more intense set to being ripped and singed and ultimately bloody.
This set that we're standing in front of has 14 people falling to the ground countless times. And the tilted set has 20 lines to hover our performers above glass.
We worked with our stunt team to ensure that we could lay them all on the glass without them prematurely breaking the glass. And then
I don't think we've ever dropped 20 people all in one shot at one time.
We have the elements that we shot on blue screen, and there will also be some real elements that we shot on the restaurant set.
All our stunt team came together to do this incredible moment where one of our characters is lit on fire. The stunt woman, Yvette, she's an elderly woman, and she was very excited to do this full-body burn. The stunt team could think of anyone older that had ever done a full-body burn like that. So it seems like we may have broken the world record for oldest person on fire.
What we have behind us is called a virtual volume. It's a bunch of LED panels that we have running content on. Because it's an LED wall, we can project and put up pretty much anything. And so you're able to do things like cue fire or rotate the background in real time or change the lighting environment.
In the background, I can hear them getting ready to crush me to death. Blood's gonna come everywhere. They have built a life-size doll of me, a doppelganger. They put it next to me, and it freaked me out. The texture, everything, the coloring is me.
People are not going to want to get into an elevator and be halfway in and out. Just saying.
Everybody's there, obviously, for the deaths. Whenever there's a death day, it's taken very, very seriously, and they take a lot of time.
Oh, jeez! Shit!
My death scene, it was awesome. It's a very brutal death. I am in love with it, and as a Final Destination fan, I feel like I got really lucky with my death. And how we did that was I have my stunt double, Colton, who's unbelievable. I don't know how he didn't get claustrophobic in this. We have the MRI, and there's a board in the middle of the MRI that I stick my lower half into, and then his upper half is underneath that in the MRI machine. So it's my upper half outside of the MRI machine and his legs perfectly below me, and they sewed my shirt to his pants, so it just looks like it's me. He has a much better butt than I do, so that's great for everybody when this comes out. It was me. Actually, it was me. It was all me. The whole thing was me.
I was so excited about mine, honestly, when I read it. I was so pumped. It was the first thing. I mean, I've never died in a movie, first of all, and first thing out of the gate is death. It was super cool. Bobby has a peanut allergy, which I do too. I was doing the audition. They're like, have you ever had an allergy? And I was like, well, this is my EpiPen. And they're like, perfect.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one that you got.
Howard is a guy who really likes to create a place for his family that they're going to enjoy. And we build this sequence around all these relatable things that are in your backyard, that when you look at them through the lens of Final Destination, of death coming for you, you realize that your backyard is an incredibly dangerous place to bring all of your family members, and he meets his untimely end there.
Everyone said that I have the best death scene. The directors, the designers, I mean, first of all, my death scene was an ecosystem. My death scene fed families. The way that I die is so extreme.
In a testament to Anna, that was the first thing she shot. She showed up for first day, we're gonna kill you on a garbage compactor.
The other thing that's crazy about that, in the take we're using in the film, she cried a single tear as the garbage compactor is going through her face. There was a real single tear that came out of her eye as she's dying. It was incredible.
I remember being sick to my stomach that day because these arms looked so real.
We built that particular garbage truck that we see for our interior shots at our special effects shop. We built a rig that people use in construction that has all the pins in it that allows you to find the angles of a corner. It's very unnerving and unsettling because you see this piece of metal coming at someone's face, and then all of a sudden the metal stops, but it keeps growing around the rest of their face.
It looks like my head's really getting cut off. Like, it looks crazy even before special effects.
And cut. Everyone knows everyone dies. So that's challenging as a filmmaker to make something not just feel predictable.
Eric, you're next. Eric isn't Howard's biological son.
And so it's really, really fun in the way that we make you think that something's gonna happen. And it gives the audience this fun experience of participating in the film.
I'm gonna stay alive as long as I...
One of the greatest questions about Final Destination is this character named Bloodworth. He appears in many of the films and seems very mysterious.
Just be careful now.
There's all these fan theories about who he is and what his role is in the Final Destination universe.
I don't make the rules. I just clean up after the game is over.
In this movie, we give a backstory to Bloodworth and really help explain why he became who he became. Tony was so excited about that, and the other actors were just so honored to work with him.
Seeing Bloodworth in the script, I was super excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I get to work with Tony Todd.
It was just so beautiful to see how much he truly cares and how much he loves this franchise.
Dude, he has this aura about him.
Not only is he an institution in the franchise, he's a national treasure. Chest is the most grateful, generous, and kind actor that has graced our set.
We were all pretty enamored of him.
I've been waiting for you.
When we were coming up with Final Destination 6, one of the most important things to us was figuring out how to make sure Bloodworth also came back.
I've seen this before.
The franchise needs to have somebody like Bloodworth to really make sure the fans get the movie that they remember, but also take the story forward to the next chapter of what it might be.
For years, people have been coming to me for advice. Well, I'm tired.
We're acknowledging a passage of time, and I'm not immortal. I'm struggling for my lifelines just like everybody else.
There's no running this time. You're all gonna die, and I will too.
I have to make sense of this character, who he is, where he's coming from, what it is he really wants.
Long ago, I was supposed to die.
You were the little boy.
Correct.
It was a big honor reading it and to see that my character has known Bloodworth for so long.
She saved my life.
I love lore, and there's so much of that in his storyline in this film.
I think it's really beautiful to be able to see a character through, to wrap him up really gracefully.
You get introduced to my younger self, which is a delight. There's a beautiful passage where I have this old caboose train. There's this lovely shot where I play with my train and it cuts right to my younger self, and it begins the journey of his life. So that's beautiful. I love that.
Tony very much appreciated what we have done in Final Destination 6 to give his character a perspective and a grounding in the real world.
But also how he is still sharing his wisdom with our new round of characters.
Remember, cheating the plan can get very messy.
Initially, I was terrified to meet this man. You know, he's like this iconic horror film franchise, like, man. But I met him in the hair and makeup trailer, and he is one of the most lovely human beings I have ever met.
Thank you, brother.
I felt so warm and so comfortable right away just talking with him. And I was like, oh, I wish we had any scenes together, you know? He just seems like so great to work with.
We got to kind of just sit back and like watch him do his thing. It was kind of just like reassuring.
Tony Todd pretty much sends me to my death.
Which one of you is next?
That's fantastic. So, I mean, I got to fulfill at least one of my bucket list things, which was meet Tony Todd. He's been giving me goosebumps for so many years, and I finally got to get goosebumps in person with him. I got emotional. He gave me a hug. It was the coolest thing.
Our cast, they were all thrilled. They know that they are here because of somebody like Tony helped launch this franchise so many years ago.
He told a bunch of really funny stories about previous movies, which made me realize I think everyone who makes these movies is just having a great time.
Working with him is going to be one of those things that it'll be a career-defining moment. He just knows how to connect with people and to make them feel seen. I could say like 3 hours more.
His character has this great sign-off at the end of his scene in this movie. He tells the characters, all you can do is enjoy the time you have left. We asked him, Tony, forget the script for now. What do you want to say to the people who love Final Destination? Tell them in your own words. He stood there and he, with such gravitas, said,
Life is precious. Enjoy every single second.
He had this twinkle in his eye and he leaves the scene and you just feel the heart that was there.
Just savor every minute that you've got, which I think is an incredibly powerful message to see from Tony in the film, and really is a beautiful kind of end to that narrative that he started in the very first Final Destination.
We've come through several generations of youth that are willing to be scared. If you're an actor, it's a blessing to work. And if you're able to sustain that work with job after job, even more a blessing. It's a journey, you know? I have a beautiful life. I do theater, I do film, I do TV. This has allowed me never to be jaded, to always look for the surprise and the wonder. If I'm not giving you any hype, I'm blessed. And to all the people out there that love the franchise, and they obviously do, goodbye is never goodbye. Goodbye is just the beginning.
I'll see you soon.
One of the most thrilling parts of making a Final Destination movie is that you're part of this franchise, this history that has touched culture for the last 25 years.
Final Destination really brings to life anxieties that everyone experiences. The other thing that makes Final Destination so special is there's no
man with a knife.
Yeah. It's all the inanimate domino effect, chaos theory of how these people are going to get killed, and the clever ways that happen, and something that we had a lot of fun bringing to life.
Take a hint and leave us alone because death's not coming for our family.
Welcome to Final Destination.
I was a huge fan. These movies had a huge impact on just me growing up through my elementary school years. I would watch all of them kind of behind my hands.
I'd seen all 5 of the films as they came out, so I remember when I first got the audition for this, I thought it would be so cool if I got it, not thinking I had any chance. And then here we are, and it's been as much fun as I thought it would be to make a Final Destination movie.
Richard, you sold that, buddy.
I feel like every actor wants to get into a franchise. And the fact that I get to be in one that's like, the following is so intense. Everyone loves it.
To get to be in that kind of pantheon of actors is super exciting.
I worked with Ali Larder. She played my mom in a film a couple of years ago, and she's in the first 2 Final Destinations. It was very fun to text her and be like, hey, I'm following in your footsteps. I just got cast in the new Final Destination.
Devon Sawa, the lead in the first movie, played my father a few years ago. He was the first person I texted. Devon told me that I was in for an awesome journey that I was never going to forget. And so far, that is true.
Don't you see? Death is coming for our family.
John Watts came up with the story based around a family and the bloodlines where death is chasing the family tree. And we were just really excited about the idea.
Not only did we have to find amazing actors, but they all had to work together as a family that you would believe has that chemistry and history of all having been together for a really long time.
Have you ever seen anyone do this? Wow.
Aren't you glad you rolled on that? I think from our youngest to our oldest is got to be 40 plus years, right? So it's really fun that we all get along.
I love my castmates. With Richard and Owen, in some ways, they already kind of felt like my actual brothers. Kaylin and I feel like we've been friends forever.
I hate her so much.
I hate her so much.
I hate
Please
it.
help me. It was like a match made in heaven. We're screaming and crying and yelling while the cameras are rolling. And then when it's done, everybody's just laughing and sweet and happy.
Someone call an ambulance. Someone call an ambulance.
I had the whole cast over for dinner 2 nights ago. I haven't played beer pong in probably 30 years, but I held my own.
All right, here we go. Ready, and action. And die.
Adam. I love Zach and Adam. I love a duo. I imagine that they like put on matching pajamas and get into little like Dick Van Dyke beds at night and they're like, good night, Zach. Good night, Adam.
It's a unique experience of seeing that they have this incredible shorthand with each other. You can see it seems they have a bit of director telepathy going on.
You can cheat her further, deeper. Cut to this shot, and we'll go,
They prepare painstakingly. They have a length and breadth of knowledge of filmmaking that they bring to bear every single day. But you match that with this desire to create a sense of family on set. They really establish the tone.
7 milliseconds earlier.
Zadam showed that they understood the foundational DNA of what makes a Final Destination really deliver for both the fans, but also the horror lovers. And that's a crazy balance.
Oh my God! No countdown. It was a really cool challenge to be able to create this new chapter and to have it work for fans of the original 5 movies and for a whole new generation. And we have Easter eggs in there.
Final Destination is all about paying attention to the world that you're in.
I caught you. You fuck.
If you pay attention to the signs, you'd be fine.
I see you, you fuck.
Roll cameras, please. Effects are going hot.
3, 2, 1. Most of the people on the stunt team had worked on the other Final Destination movies. One of our stunt coordinators, Dustin, his first job was working on Final Destination 1 in the plane crash scene.
Now I'm here again. It's really fun to be tied to so many different Final Destination movies. I've been into the first one, the third one, and the 5th one, now the 6th.
I've been working on Final Destination since 1997. It has been an incredibly moving and I think an important touchstone in my life, and I'm glad that it's been the same for others.
It's Final Destination. It's massive. It's incredible. Craig, Sheila, thank you. I get emotional about it. It's really cool.
People love Final Destination, and I think it's because of how fun the movies are.
Don't touch Eric, get away! Stop!
Final Destination is the kind of edge of your seat suspense that you're just watching with a smile on your face.
Oh, jeez! Shit!
It's been incredible to just be a part of collaborating with that many people that love this franchise and want it to be the best that it possibly can be.
We just feel so lucky to take this up to 11, to bring Final Destination to a new generation. It was an amazing experience.